You have gone from $4,000 or $5,000 a month to $20,000 a month in a very short period of time.
Now, I can safely say I can quite literally sit back and I'll be having calls just coming through, which is the flipping best thing ever. It is the most fulfilled I've ever been, like ever with my business. Bear in mind, I've been doing this for, mate, as I said, 4 years. My conversion rate on calls has gone up a ridiculous amount, like a ridiculous amount. I think when we first started, mine was around 30% conversion rate on a call. Mate, I shit you not, we're probably like 85, 90% now. And I don't necessarily think that's due to me performing better on the call. I think it's more the fact that the quality of the leads coming onto the call in the first place, right? The sharp rate was somewhere in the range of 60%. Sharp rate now is nearly 100%. Easy. I'm buggering off traveling for months and I can actually do that now. I mean, mate, honestly, this time last year, if you asked me, I'd be like, it's just completely out of the question, frankly. I was like, let's just get a call booked in with Jamie and just see what there is there. And frankly, on those first few calls we spoke, I was like, right, there is some really cool shit here. The automated lead gen side is incredible. I thought I had my DMs on lock. The DM stuff, like I was like, this is child's play, it's the most basic shit ever. Dived into it and I was like, wait, hang on. Started actioning it and I was like, wait, this is ridiculous. You've got everything you need to systemize the whole thing, everything you need to manage the whole business to guarantee the sort of future-proofing. The future-proofing stuff has been awesome. Increasing client retention, all that jazz, incredible stuff. Accountability, and mate, honestly, I'm struggling to find out what sort of isn't there.
Today, we have Harry Torrance in the room, and Harry has been quietly scaling up his business over the last 4 months. You have gone from $4,000 or $5,000 a month to $20,000 a month in a very short period of time. So I'm just going to hand it over to you first. Introduce yourself, who you work with, and let's go from there.
Yeah, sure, man. Right now, for me, I'm mainly working with younger people. So actually, right now, I'm around the kind of 25 through to like my oldest clients at the moment, of like 35, give or take max. I actually just love working with a variety of people. I love adapting my approach to different types of people. Yeah, I've been an online coach for literally probably 4 years, give or take now. And definitely for the first few years, my business was, I knew elements of it, right? Like elements of my business were very good. They were like, I was very good on sales calls. I knew I had a very good offer. There was stuff that I knew I had locked in. I've always been good at making content and attracting leads. But for me, it was just bringing the whole thing together into this one beast. And I remember when we first had our call, your whole thing was like, you are literally sat on a gold mine right here. And I was like, shit. And I think I knew that deep down, but I never just accepted it and kind of like really gone, shit, like I actually am. Like what am I doing here? So I think the biggest sort of needle pusher for me really has just been bringing the whole thing together, organizing things, organizing my lead gen. Like the lead gen now, I can safely say I can quite literally sit back and I'll be having calls just coming through, which is the flipping best thing ever. Not having to fanny around, messaging away and all that nonsense. Instead, I can just be like, I've got all these systems that just bring people through, setters that just get them booked in, and it's the best thing ever. So that's been huge for me, just the organizational side, right? So having systems that just autopilot so much of that has just given me so much time, man. That's the thing. I've got time to actually build out other parts of the business. Like I've just built out a full school community. I haven't actually mentioned that to you yet, but like, I obviously think the community you've got is sick. And I was like, why the hell do I not have one myself, frankly? So having the time to build that out, as well as having people just come in, book through calls, sign up and just have a consistent flow. It is class.
The dream, man. So bring me back to, 4 months ago, right? When we actually started, what made you initially reach out?
Yeah. So for me, it was the case of, I had some really good months in business. I'd already had a few 10K months and past that here and there. And I was like, and so I knew what it felt like, but then I'd also had months shortly after that where I was making friggin' very little, right? So I was like, I know the potential and I can see the potential here, but why is it that I cannot just bring this to a stable point? Why is it that this business doesn't feel stable? It feels like this kind of friggin' roller coaster of just like these ups and downs. And I knew there were gaps. I was like, I know that you can poke holes all over my business right now. Like I know there's issues here. There's things here, particularly in the lead gen side and nurturing leads, that there are gaps here and I need to patch them up. So for me, and seeing the stuff you did, particularly on the automation side and the lead gen side, I was like, let's just get a call booked in with Jamie and just see what there is there and see like what his approach with that is. And frankly, on those first few calls we spoke, I was like, right, there is some really cool shit here.
And looking back, like how did it feel, right? When your business was up some months, down some months, you feel like there's holes all over the place. Bring me back to what that felt like.
Just so annoying. It was like, yeah, it was frustrating as hell. And actually, it's worth mentioning as well that actually these last few months are like, genuinely speaking, like, that have been amazing for me. I generally at the worst time of year for online coaches as well.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
July and August are normally like, mate, last year, my July and August was so damn quiet, so quiet. This year, my biggest month in business so far, like in what, 3, 4 years. Do you know what I mean? So coming out of that, going into September, October, November, mate, I can't bloody wait. I
Mate,
can't wait.
I'm
Yeah.
100%. I say it all the time. The coaches that can actually double down during the summer, it's a complete game changer for the rest of your year because you're sitting on all these extra clients that now coaches are coming out of the woodwork trying to get,
Yeah.
where you have the busy period coming, but you're already stacked. So
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
like a perfect way to roll into the year. So
Yeah.
I guess bring me forward, right? So I think we had 2 calls when we first, maybe 2 or 3. Bring me through everything that you have basically gone through over the last 4 months because you've 4x your business. You've hit your biggest ever months in business. What has been moving the needle for you and what have you been working on?
As I've said, the organization side, like diving into all the repeatable processes that you coach through, the things that the 30-day stuff, the 90-day stuff, even the weekly and the daily repeats, right? Stuff that just has to be locked in, non-negotiables that just consistently roll, and actually committing to them as processes and not forgetting about any of those key components. The automated lead gen side is incredible in terms of just managing leads coming in and managing just viewers as well, just like viewers and engagers and commenters and etc. Actually organizing and managing them and not letting them slip through the cracks had been huge. Like before, the amount of leads I'd been having who have just been engaging with content and just losing them down the pipeline somewhere and not having the systems in place to pick them up and then bring them back into those conversations. So that's been absolutely huge for me. Actually the DM scripts, funnily enough, the DM stuff, I thought I had my DMs on lock. The DM stuff, like I was like, this is child's play, it's the most basic shit ever. Like, obviously I know that back to front. Dived into it and I was like, wait, hang on. Started actioning it and I was like, wait, this is ridiculous. Some other bits with just the general organization side on booking calls as well. And some edits we made there has increased my sharp rate massively. Like my sharp rate now is a joke. My offer I've always been pretty happy with, but what has done my signing rate, my conversion rate on calls has gone up a ridiculous amount, like a ridiculous amount. Like I think when we first started, I thought mine was around kind of 30% sign conversion rate on a call. Mate, I shit you not, we're probably like at least 85, 90% now. Like literally last week, or was it the week before? It was like 6 sales calls, 5 of them signed up. Beautiful. Like it's a joke. And I don't necessarily
What
think that's due to me performing better on the call. I think it's more the fact that the quality of the leads coming onto the call in the first place, right? I don't think that I'm necessarily doing anything differently in terms of how I'm selling them on the call. Like I think I've always been pretty solid at that, but it has been the fact that they're coming on and they're basically already bought in, man, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, and people say it all the time. So I came to you for leads. I didn't actually know I was going to be able to increase show rate, increase close rate, like systemize the entire business in the back end, systemize my own productivity, have myself like focus better. So your show up rate has gone from where to where?
The sharp rate is, I would think, oh mate, I would say that the sharp rate was somewhere in the range of 60%. Sharp rate now is nearly 100%. Easy. Like I can't actually remember the last time I had someone not turn up. And I think the last time I had somebody cancel, they gave me like 2 days notice, which is like a few weeks
Amazing.
ago. So that's
Amazing.
just not even, or frankly, an issue. Yeah.
And your close has gone from 30 to 80.
But yeah, if not more, genuinely, if not more. Yeah. Like I'll run those numbers and I'll have a little look and message you, let you know what the true numbers are. But I reckon somewhere in the range of 80 to 90 potentially.
Amazing.
Easy.
Okay. Quick question for you on pretty much everything you've been through so far. How would you describe what it is that we do? Because even sometimes we struggle with that because there's so much there that we actually are doing that with coaches. But
Yeah.
now, having come through it, having scaled your business, how would you describe what it is that we do?
Yeah, that's a tough question because I think there is something in there for anyone, like in the space, in the community. There are coaches of all levels. There are people that are just starting up. There's people that are in the middle somewhere, which is probably where I was when I came on. And there's some people that are doing way better than me, right? Which is sick because I see these people sharing their wins. I'm like, like that's the goal, right? You have this huge range of people and there is something in there for everybody there, which is why everyone's like staying. And I think for me, man, honestly, I would say to package the whole thing, it's the whole thing. like it is. I struggle to say there's something that isn't there. Do you know what I mean? There's the everything you need to build from scratch, if that's what you're doing. You've got everything you need to systemize the whole thing, everything you need to manage the whole business to guarantee the sort of future proofing side as well. The future proofing stuff has been awesome, increasing client retention, all that jazz, incredible stuff. Accountability. I mean, honestly, I'm struggling to find out what sort of isn't there, frankly.
So you mentioned something there, which is future proofing, right?
Yeah.
First of all, we kind of spoke about where you were there, right? Everything was frustrating and just annoying and it was going down. How does it feel now before we kind of get into where you're going next? How does it feel now running your business?
It is the most fulfilled I've ever been, like ever with my business. And bear in mind, I've been doing this for, mate, as I said, 4 years. Like it has been, in terms of like how sort of feeling I'm getting from the work, like the sort of positive feeling I'm getting from the work has been so much higher because the clients are more engaged. I'm offering my clients so much more as well. So they're getting so much more out of it. They're engaging more with the community space that I've built has been amazing. It's just everything about it is so much more positive. Time wise, like I've got so much more damn time. I've got so much more time. Like the fact that I've been able to, I'm buggering off traveling for months and I can actually do that now and work and make all that work is something that I genuinely, mate, honestly, this time last year, if you asked me, I'd be like, it's just completely out of the question, frankly. I don't think that would have actually been a thing. Frankly, just feeling fulfilled, like the feeling so much more positive with what I'm getting out of the business and what I'm putting in and actually having so much more direction. Like I know where it's going. And I've now got a couple other sort of side businesses on the side as well that I'm building, like some other bits and bobs that I'm really excited about that again, I would not have been able to have the time to think about because I was stressing so much about this business. Yeah.
Did you think you would get there, let's say this fast? Because when we spoke, one of the main things you really said to me, and we just spoke about it before we started recording, was you wanted to be in a position where you could go traveling. And next month you're going traveling for what sounds like an undecided period of time, right? You're going for at least a month to Bali. So did you think you would get there this fast? Because it's been 16 weeks.
To be fair, like I know that I'm the type of person that when I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm shooting towards. And if I've got the means to do so and the tools to do, which is exactly what you've provided, I was confident that I could get it all together. Frankly, I didn't know how long it would take, but I'm just chuffed that it was this quick, frankly. But yeah.
So what's next? How do you see the business progressing from here now till the end of the year?
I'm chasing some of the other lads in the community space that are absolutely doing mental. So I'd like to double it again, frankly, just on this, to double it again. I really want to be able to, I want to get the community bigger. I want to double the amount of people on the community as well, which I've got my sights set on that. I've got other sort of bits, as I said, now that I do have some more time, some other sort of these other businessy sort of stuff I've got going on too, which is going to be really fun. And go from there, man. Really. Yeah.
Man, you're speaking differently. I can see how you feel completely differently about the business. It's great. You're in this position now where you have systemized business. You said it yourself. You could sit back and just calls coming in. The business is almost growing itself. And you're just jumping on calls and closing pretty much every single one of them. So I think there's a big price increase somewhere for you if you're closing that many calls.
Yeah.
It's almost a bit of a red flag, right? We want to.
I have. Sorry to cut you off. I did have prices. Yeah, because I was like, yeah, it's time. Increased prices like 2 weeks ago.
Good. Okay, but we're still sitting at a pretty high close, which is great. Mate, last question. What would your advice be, even back to yourself, be when we were on that first call? Because I remember there was skepticism in it, which is totally normal. It's pretty much everyone that we jump on with has that. So what would your advice be to either you or someone else that is sitting on the fence?
Yeah, so I think it makes sense to first say like why I was skeptical, and it's because I've worked with such a variety of mentors over the years. Some of them being like really good, some of them like not so good, and I wasn't sure on exactly what I needed. Right, I wasn't sure on what I needed, on what the gap was in my business. So a huge thing for me was about actually identifying the gaps. But then when it got to the point of me going, right, hang on a minute, I'm actually really struggling to identify those gaps. I'm not entirely sure where those gaps are. I then booked in the call with you. And on that call, you were like, actually, it probably is these things. And we effectively have the solutions to those things. So my advice would be to, looking back, would just be like, identify the gaps. If you can't identify the gaps, friggin' find someone that can, right? And not only can they identify the gaps, do they have the tools to actually patch them up? And if there's alignment there, friggin' take it. Just don't waste your time trying to patch up gaps that you don't have the solution to or the tools to do. You're just going to waste time. And that's exactly what I was doing with my business sort of last year, was like, just firefighting, basically just firefighting and just wasting energy, getting stressed. It's just chill out, get someone or a process or a system that's just going to do it for you, right? It's just going to free up so much brain space, make your whole life easier. So yeah, that's what I would say for sure.
I appreciate that. Thank you for jumping on, and let's keep going, man. Let's scale it up here. Let's double it by the end of the year.
Oh yeah, man.